You have talked about being strong on the border. How do you enforce immigration while attracting the Hispanic vote?
So right now we have the worst border in the history of the world. We had the best. By far. What he's done to this country is very, very terrible. It's sinful.
But do you think that you could balance enforcing immigration laws while attracting the Hispanic vote?
So I'll give you something. You know, I've polled the highest of anybody that's been a Republican, just about anybody, period.
Today we're reacting to Donald Trump. Yeah. So listen, man, I am an immigrant. I was born in Mexico, specifically Tijuana, and I have been living in the United States for about 23 years at this point. You know, I love it here. Obviously, I'm still living here. I live in the state of Washington. And so anyways, without further ado, I have my own political views, my own, my agenda, my real straight up agenda, just being plain, honest, and simple, is to contextualize the gospel in the best way I can. I believe I can provide a certain value, a certain perspective. At the end of the day, my goal is to push God's word onto as many people as I can possibly push it towards. And this is just one way. I know you might seeing this like, what is this relevant to the video? Well, I'm just trying to give you my straight up agenda. I am believer in Christ. So of course, when I think of politics, I am leaning towards a certain way that honors those values, right? That honors the nuclear family, that honors Christ-like ideology, right? And I do believe in life. I do value life, right? Human life. I think it's super important that we're concrete on all these different things. And so today I'm going to be reacting to a Trump clip. This was a clip from one of his most recent interviews. This is his first appearance live since the debate, which if y'all saw that debate, sheesh, man. Look, you could say what you want to say about Biden, about Trump, but listen, I don't care if you're right or left side leaning. Honestly, it was just a hard watch, man. I mean, to see the president, the current president of the United States of America, not being able to fully, cohesively articulate a sentence is just sad, And so, again, I'm not like a Trump head or whatever. I do support a lot of ideas that Trump believes in, but I also disagree with some ideas that Trump. And again, I don't know, some of you guys, I hope some of you guys also feel the same way and not die hard, right, for one person just because of your political ideology. Trump is a human being, right? And he has his own ideas of what success means to him, of where he wants this world to go, right? He's not, as far as I know, a Christian. And those of you that are Christian shouldn't die hard for a human being on this earth. You should die hard for Jesus Christ, right? That's the truth, right? Point blank, period. However, I do think it's important that we stay focused, that we stay alert into what's happening politically, right? I think it is important, right? I mean, it's our country. It's gonna dictate the way that our kids are raised. It's going to dictate the economy, dictate schools. It's going to dictate our jobs, right? Politics are an important aspect of life, right? And so without further ado, let's jump into this Trump interview. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
The Democrat Party.
The former president picked his hotel and golf course in Doral for this rally. The crowds today, heavily Hispanic. I asked Mr. Trump about the critical Hispanic vote this November. You have talked about being strong.
Dang, dude. So many Hispanics here. That's all I see. That's crazy. I mean, not really crazy, but yeah, you just don't see this in like the media. Right. I'm very on my media, like the people, I live in Washington, very, very left ideology, right? Democratic views and whatnot. It's a blue state. So I have a lot on my Instagram feed, on my YouTube feed, that's very much pushing a certain agenda, right? That I don't fully, believe in. I used to, right? That's a story for another day. But anyways, you don't see this. You don't see that. All you hear is, blacks against Trump, Mexicans against Trump, blank, 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 whatever. But anyways, it's crazy to see this.
On the border, how do you enforce immigration while attracting the Hispanic vote?
So right now we have the worst border in the history of the world. We had the best when if you think back 4 years ago, we had a great border. The drugs were down to the lowest level, the number of illegals, and I'm not talking about from South America, I'm talking about from all over the world, because right now they're coming. These are not Hispanic, these are from everywhere in the world, and they come from prisons.
Okay. Listen, first of all, I like how Trump said that. You know, the majority of these people aren't Mexicans. I'm sure there's some Mexicans coming through the border, right? But the majority of the people coming through the borders are people from all around the world, right? People that we don't know, right? These are people that obviously are illegally crossing. So there's no way of monitoring who these people are, right? Because of some laws that Biden has passed, most of these people come through and are pretty much just waiting to get arrested. Like, the people are waiting to get arrested so they can be put on trial in a way of getting their residency here, their citizenship here. Is just an easier path for them to just get caught versus like hiding, right? And so anyways, the system is just really messed up right now, and for that I really do agree with Trump on this, and I'm glad he wasn't just like, these Mexicans are crossing the border, they're jumping the, you know. So I'm glad that he's not very much like narrow-minded in this, and he's sober enough to understand, you know, versus like the idea. I have to say this, but this is the ideology that's been pushing. This ideology that I was pushed, that Trump just hates Mexicans. Trump just hates anybody crossing the border, right? And so, anyways, I like how he said that.
They come from jails, they come from mental institutions and insane asylums, and we have a lot of terrorists coming in. What Joe Biden has done to this country, it's the worst president we've ever had by far. What he's done to this country is very, very terrible. It's sinful.
But do you think that you could balance enforcing immigration laws while attracting the Hispanic vote?
So I'll give you something. You know, I've polled the highest of anybody that's been a Republican, just about anybody, period, with Hispanic and the Hispanic population. They like me and I like them. These are incredible people. They're industrious, they're smart, they're great people. They want the border more than I do.
About 50.
That's crazy that he said that. It's crazy. What's crazy? That's not crazy that he said that, but it's crazier what she asked him. That, and this is what the ideology is being pushed. It's like you correlate the fact that, oh, because he wants border patrol to be enforced, because he wants the borders to be secure, that means that you're against Hispanics. What on earth? What does that mean? You know what I mean? It's like, that makes no sense. That doesn't correlate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that we're Hispanics living in America doesn't mean that we don't want our borders secure, right? We all still lock the doors when we come into our own homes. Before we step foot and get comfortable, we lock the doors to our house too, right? Us Mexicans do that, right? Us Hispanics do that, right? We lock the doors to our homes, right? And with that being said, we want a secure country. We left our homelands, right? Those of you guys, those Hispanics that are immigrants, right? We left our home, you know, our culture, our heritage, right, to live in this country, right? Not for the fun of it, right, but for the opportunities that came along with it, for, you know, what this country stands for the freedom, you know what I mean? And so, like, I just don't like how it's being completely connected, as if, like, if you're Hispanic, you don't want the border secure. It's like, that's crazy talk. You know what I mean? It's like, me as an immigrant, right? I love this country. I want the border secure. I do want opportunities for people, for other immigrants like me, that want to see a great America, that want to see a safe America, an America that's leaning towards God, right? That's leaning towards the Bible, the truth, right? Which is what I believe in. You know, we want that. We want secure borders. We want secure systems in place, right? We do recognize that there's a lot of bad people. Honestly, that's probably why we left, us as immigrants, why we left the countries that we were born in, right? Because of the people, the bad people, the horrible people that are in control of the homes that we left, right? This could be a tyrannical government. This could be corrupted governments. This could be corrupted police. That's just a normalized thing, right? Like Mexico, for example. Listen, I love my country. I love my people, but I have to be sober minded about what's really going on out here. You know what I mean? And so again, I'm not bashing Mexico, but I live in America for a reason. There's a lot of people trying to come into America for a reason, and with that being said, I do believe that there should be opportunity for people. However, I do want a secure border. This is my home. If I want to raise my kids, I want to know who's coming in. I want to know who's getting involved in this country, right? And so, again, those are my thoughts on it. I know it sounds like, oh, you didn't really give too much insight, but honestly, I just really want to emphasize the importance of not pulling in Hispanics. All Hispanics want the border to be open for everyone. That's not what we believe in. I'm a Hispanic. I'm a Mexican. I was born in Mexico. I immigrated to the United States and living here ever since. I love this country. I fully understand that the borders need to be secure. All right. I fully am in support in that side of things. Right. It is what it is. If you disagree, you disagree. This channel is welcome for anybody, whether you're left-wing, you believe in the Democratic Party, you believe in the Republican Party, you're stuck in the middle. Whatever you believe, really, you're welcome in this channel, whether you're an atheist, whether you're a Christian, whether you're old, whether you're young. If you're looking towards finding out more in your faith, trying to find God, right? I pray for you, and I want to encourage those of you guys that are new in the faith, right? Or those that are curious about the faith, right? We're here for that purpose. I want you guys to know that I am giving my thoughts. I've given harsh thoughts on different political things that are going on, right? But when it comes to securing the borders, I think that's definitely a necessity, yeah.